Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky. He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble. Ground forms up under his feet as if pointing away. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend, just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the calamity, that a survivor. No ma'am, it's a gas fella, forced out from underground. Sometimes you just need a drink. Gotta hold her still and spin up the chamber. A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines. He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him for his drinking dip. Then Kid finds his trusty shield. The security takes him for a petty thief. Special delivery. Gas fellas. Windbags start turning up for last call. More squirts start coming out of the woodwork. A big old fella pops out in front of the kid. He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke. Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid. He finds the distillery, right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town. The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job. Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of coal bins. An old ferry barge sends the kid on his way. The Bastion's real close now. Bastion. Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds another. There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest. Enough to point the way to the cores. All I tell him is to set that quarry is on the monument there. Then watch. And just like that, the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again. Growing stronger. Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. The Bastion ain't gonna... Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong. Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? And there it is. But it's locked down tight in an alloy cage. Almost like he's showboating for the crowd. And now there's a new marshal in town. He hears the whole place groan, but it's too tough to fall. He comes back, just like I knew he would. The core hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it. The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started. The cores, they remember. That's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be all right. Kid ponders what to build. Kid don't know what's out there waiting for him. The dead welcome him with open arms. The calamity took everybody after all. Kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around. These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close. It was someone like him. Gets a snag or two trying to get through. He ain't about to stop, no matter what. He's got so many questions after all. The Thunder brothers didn't make it. Just think, without that man, we wouldn't be here right now, would we? But him, he survived. What do you say to a man who's seen too much? Kid hasn't a clue, but he says this. Zolf's travels ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all this. Kid's surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either. There's only one way to Cinderbrick Fort. The hard way. Sure, the city marshals may be gone. But now the fort's crawling with good bags. The calamity was mercy for normal folks. Windbags ain't much different from normal folks. All they want's a warm place to stay and a decent meal. Cinderbrick gave them enough heat and metal to munch on for a while, though the fort ain't theirs by right. Security's plane gone haywire. Windbags gummed up the works. They trapped the kid in the middle of the fort's parade grounds. And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinderbrick Fort. Kid shows up just as Zolf's telling me about his own journey to the city. Seems the only thing the calamity saved for Zolf was his smoking. Zolf banged up the monument pretty bad. That's it. A few more shards like that, and we'll be back in business. But there's a way to put her back together. The shards. We're gonna need all of them to nurse the Bastion back to health. Ankle gators used to roam the wilds, and they nested at Rothes Lagoon. Many a tale folks used to scare their children straight originated here. They used to think that ankle gators were extinct. Can't fight Queen Anne without the proper tools. Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of the shard. Ankle gators love shiny things. The brushers use their pikes to keep their distance around here. Now the kid can do the same. The closer you get to an ankle gator's lair, the thicker the tall grass grows. Wanna know how to find an ankle gator lair? You use a kid as bait. He's got it, and now to finish her off. Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go. She's starting to get annoying. The shard's sitting in plain view. After all that, kid lets the ankle gator go. Hope Queen Anne don't mind us borrowing from her treasury. All that trouble for a single shard. But you know what? It was worth it. It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place. Just the occasion to crack open the distillery's private reserve. High time we built. Not everything blew up in the calamity. Why, cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time. The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock. As for us, we learned an awful lot from Cauldron. Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here, but we discovered other things we're better off not knowing. All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot. After all, when we looked down inside Cauldron, we had to have it. As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Johnson Park. But where there's one stink eye, there's always more. The cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond farewell. With a good spyglass, he can still see the cauldron from the city, but all the fires died out. He comes back looking like the inside of a chimney. The shard works like a charm. You can hear the monument's heartbeat again. The monument's getting better. Zolf sure did a number on it, though. Ain't saying much, but that's the greatest forge in all the city. First things first. Imagine everything you'd need to build a city like Zealandia. It takes hard work and planning, and it also takes burstone quarry. The quarry came with a lifetime supply of windbags. Not only are these rocks a source of life, they're recording everything, all the time, taking it all in. We found that the oldest ones remember things. Now why would the Hoods sell off such a fascinating place? Might be the gods told them the quarry's bad news. Those rocks, all polished to a pure sheen. The largest ones, you know as cores. Remember how I said rattletails ain't the worst thing in the quarry? They never could get stubborn old Lunky to leave the quarry alone. That honor goes to a beast we took to Colin, Sir Lunky. Massive things stomped many of our boys. We just couldn't get rid of him. Then the kid hears a voice calling from down the hall. Are you all right? It says. Kid hears him, but he ain't about to be deterred. If that's the way it is, he says, then I won't stop you, because my countrymen will. Say what you will about Zolf, but he's a man of his word. His countrymen don't much care for pleasantries, though. The Vura think they got him. They're wrong. No way out of this. Not without a fight. Well, it's all more than anyone. The shards can put this disease in remission, but there's only one cure. We need to finish what we started. The Bastion. It's finally finished. Now, there's something I want you to see. Welcome to the heart of the Bastion. I ain't one for long goodbyes, so here's the deal. Zia and I figure you done the heavy lifting, so you get to do the honors. We can tell you how to work this thing if you got any questions. Hey, kid. It's finished. Now, sit tight. It'll be over soon. No matter what happens next, you're done good. I suppose all that's left is to try and remember this moment. The Bastion's gonna take us back to a better time, before any of this. Might be we'll forget everything you've done, and each other. Though after all we've been through, I find that hard to believe. So long, kid. Maybe I'll see it in the next one. Zealandia, we're coming home.
I set myself Wow. That's really good. I got at hanging guns, which is rare. Warp District was obviously pretty OP. But then again, I keep resetting for getting such good Warp Districts, so I guess it makes sense. 2 falls, I think? The Rothless fall, which is... No, never mind. The Rothless wasn't a fall. I got through the vines nicely, actually. Yeah, the attack skip in Rothless was awkward, so I had to go for a backup. Which worked out. Sadly, though, it didn't save any time, which... The level by itself definitely was really good. It was just a attack skip, I'm pretty sure. And the 2 cycle was the slower version, but at least I got it. I think the fall was in Cinderbrick, right? I fell, which loses about like 2.5, 2.3, something around that. And I only lost 1.5. So that split was also really good. And then I saved time in the quarry, although I fell. So I must have fallen in PB as well, which I don't remember, to be honest. Yeah, so 2 falls, weird Rothless text skip, and bad Euro skip, or even more so just the Bastion segment inside the Bastion was awkward because I was nervous for some reason. Yeah. But other than that, I think that's about it that I wanted to mention. I can save time in Walkman Walks, for sure. I got unlucky with the henchman positioning, had to roll around them, which is annoying. I think that's it. Cauldron, I can't tell because I don't have the time in front of me right now, but Cauldron felt really good. All I know is it's either by a small margin a glot or close to that. That's all I know. Because my sum of best did not get improved, but it felt really good, like the clip at the beginning. So good. So I would not be surprised if Cauldron was close to gold. Yeah. I mean, I think I saw, like, when the burstone quarry gold started to, like, be not reachable for me anymore because I fell. I think it started like -10 or something. I think I saw like 2 digits before the comma. And even if I didn't, it was at least up to like 9 seconds or 8 seconds time save. Which I obviously did not end up getting because I fell, but I still saved 0.4. I was actually very worried that I get a delayed solve because I think I started to figure out when that happens. So I was really worried because that actually... The thing what I thought would trigger late solve happened. And for some reason it didn't trigger late solve, so I might look into that in the future again. But yeah, 1.5 almost into the last split, that's kind of meh. But yeah, 5-second improvement, 1334.7. That's gonna be tough to beat because the 242 Warp District is not pleasant. Neither is a gold hanging guns. But other than that, I think I can do that. My goal is still to go sub 30, which if this run was flawless, it would have been. So that's what I'll keep aiming for now. Yeah, that's it from my side, and I guess I'll let you enjoy the credits music now.